Good morning everyone. In today's video I will complete the Yoo Quito tower in Ecuador, and this is the third part of that video. And as I show you in the last video that I used list.getItem at an index, and then I picked the index number 18 because I was knowing that there is a 19 floor. So I subtracted 1 and I get the last, to get the last item here, or the last U shape here as a line, to use that for the parapet. And that's knowing that you have 19 levels, so I subtracted 1. If you want it to be fully parametric, just go ahead and make A minus 1, while A is the floor height. You take that from the floor height, or easier for you just to go list dot last item instead of this mess. Okay, so just take the list in here, and I'll hit shift and move that in here, and this will be no longer required, and I will push that here and do the same thing, move that to be here, and with the shift move that in here, and those two dudes will be actually not required anymore. We have those two things, so with shift select all of them and then right click add to group, so you get them back to the group. So after we finish this quick cleaning, we need now to go ahead and create the elevation, the railing part of the elevation to be specific. So just to be lazy, I will pick up the first 3 nodes here from the floor making, and again to be lazy, just cutting those, just remove them with the minus, get the last one, and go ahead and make them 4. Maybe it's time to go to manual instead of automatic, and okay, let's do that. So we need here, actually I'll make it smaller, sorry. So what we need here, we need 4 points again. Those 4 points are this one, actually this one, that's the first one. Same technique we used in the first video, I'm gonna follow it here. The second point is this, supposedly, sorry, this one, yep. So I'm gonna, wait a second, this one is, sorry, this one is number 1, this one is number 2. I'm gonna ignore that as I did in the previous video, so I'm going to jump to this one, that's number 3, and this dude is number 4. I will translate them. Let me run that. I'll translate them. Of course they are all off, and then I will get those 3 points. So those this one, the first one, the first set, that's the second set, is vertically. I cannot see them because they are not really viewed, so now we can see them. Those the first set, those are the second set, and so on. But if you notice that as I did 1, 2, and then it jumped this one, so what we need to do is to insert those points, which is available here, at specific location, which is before 2, or it will be starting by placing these value as a 2, and then 2 will be 3 and 3 will be 4. So we need to insert, so just write insert or list.insert, and that's what we need. So this is my list. All right, and now these are the elements you want to insert them, and the index is 2, and when you run that, you will find that Dynamo didn't understand quite the way or the thing you need. So if I close this, that's 3, that's 4 actually, 1 2 3 4, not 5. And in the second one you added, or actually Dynamo added all those as list number 2. So to solve that, I'm just going to right click, go to lacing, and I will ask to do the shortest path, sorry, the longest path instead. And now I have to run, and I see now I have 5 points in each list. So if I collect them, they will be accumulated correctly, so they will be in the same list correctly. But let's see if they were accumulated and organized correctly. This is the first point, that's the second point, should be this one, the third, beautiful, and the fourth, and then the fifth. Great. So this is no need to be previewed, and these are my points as I told you, and they are working nice. And great. So what we need is okay, really need to push that up just to keep things tidy. Closing those as mission accomplished for them. We don't need them open. Now we need to polycurve. We need to make them as a polycurve. So polycurve by points maybe will be my choice to build a polyline, and then I will just simply explode that. So that will create a polylines if I run, and each one of those is an entire polyline, while this one is exploding these polylines into the main 4 lines that we need. Now we really need to take any type of a wall node like this one that we have in the previous work, and that's the U-shape one. I'm not going to change anything related to the type. All the levels should be included, except of course for the last one, actually with the last one maybe. So here I'm dropping the last one, so this will stop probably. This one is if it's for the level, sorry, no, that's for the levels. So these levels, all of them, just take it as it will be applied for all the levels. So these are the levels, and the wall type is the same. The heights, it should be the same, which is the parapet height. Let me go here and double check that. That's 1.2. I don't know what type of height we have there, probably for the full height, and the curves is actually this one. So when you run, we're supposed to have the parapet shown, as you can see here, and this time it's different from those, the U-shape, because the U-shape is excluded with the last one, and it's different from that one and they are full height, and different from the last one because it's just 1 and 1.2 meter height. This one has all the levels and the parapet height together. This will be, super great, as these are all the levels that we need, all the geometry we need. I'm gonna turn off those probably because it's just distraction, and probably we need also to Control and G. Let's call this parapet. Okay, that's nice. Now I can go ahead and even copy that again if you are interested, and because if you notice in the pictures, it looks like there is a glazing here, as you can see, and it is high. This is like a 1 meter and this like a 1 meter. So let's try to do that to get more details in our work. So I will use the same technique, except that I need to start those levels, or actually translate those levels, because I want to build another wall above this parapet. Beautiful. So how we can do that? Will be in need to specify a different in a level plus 1.5. That's easy. So if I activate this one again, or these lines again, and I click on them, and actually I don't need the points, but rather the exploded geometries, which is this one. So probably these lines that represent those curves in here need to be translated. So I'm going to add the translate geometry, this one. All right. So I'm going to give those geometry here, and the height that I need to go up is the same height as this dude, the parapet height. Beautiful. Okay, and these are my new curve. All right, and so that's the glazing. All right, what is this? All right, now that's the glazing, and that's it. That's the height. We need a new wall type, of course. I'm not gonna use the same mold. So I'm gonna click this one, moving it up. Probably I'll make it storefront. I don't know. Yeah, easier storefront. Okay. So that's the wall type, and I need the height. Okay, that's fair enough. So probably we need a new height in here. So let's say this is 1, and I'll reduce this one 1 so it doesn't not really be too high, and I will say this is a glass parapet. Okay, and I'll connect this dude all the way to the height of that one. Let's run and see. Suppose now to build a glazing here, a glazing wall here, up above all those concrete masonry walls, the 140 millimeter, and now I noticed that they actually just substitute them. That makes no sense. So in this, if such a case happen, just go ahead and remove, just delete those. Yep. Now I will run it again. And as you can see, it's actually not doing the thing that actually I wanted to do. It doesn't accept that the height in here, and the reason is that the actual level location is not really what the location of the curve. I shouldn't add that with the height and still getting the same result. I should just add the amount that I want to the level itself. So I'm gonna just get a let's see, plus B. Let me check if I can do that exactly. Where is the levels? So if these are the levels, can I add the height to them straight, or it's gonna be another crush? I think they are different values. Those shouldn't get this result as suggested. I think they are null. Yeah, that's okay. And the reason is that I'm getting here levels, as you can see. Okay, so what do we need? Because these are not a numerical value, they are actually levels. We need to create a new levels for them. So in this case, before we have a level by an elevation, we need just to add the value for the elevation themselves. So whatever we've done in the first step, yep, we need to have a look at, yeah, this one. Yeah, these are the heights. So all what you have to do here is A plus B. Okay, take this one, which is the actual levels, and add to that levels the amount of height you want. Now these are an elevation height. Take them up there with you. I'm just gonna push that up, and also push that up. Yep, this one. I'm gonna remove that, and all I need is to copy this one right here, this one. All right, so we're gonna build a new levels based on the new formula that we have. It doesn't accept the increase in the location, and it's need a specific fixed level. That's fair enough. So we have to give the levels in here. That's the new levels, and we have to get rid of those, keeping the actual geometry in their own location. So that's the mistake. So let's run that. Finger cross it's gonna work. So that's a good thing to be done, so we can understand how exactly the difference of changing the level location from defining the actual level, as long as it's by level, curve and height, so it's controlled by curve and height, and level, sorry, controlled by curve location and level location. It's better to fix this, not to change that location. Good to know that. Now we have that's done. We can do the same thing, by the way, for the last line here, which is the last parapet or top parapet line, and simply that one is the top parapet. So I can just take that up with me. Prior to do that, maybe we need to hit shift and then right click add to the group. Okay, so these are the parapet glazing, and that's the top, again, the glazing parapet. And what we have is the last item again. So the level is of course incorrect, and the curves, we need to know which curve we are talking about. It's the same curve, which is this one, except again it should be increased in height, so no. So we're gonna have this dude here. Those are the levels. So I'm gonna take this dude. Hang on a second. Hang on. Now we need to go for the actual levels, the U-shape level. So which one they are? Which is this one? Great. That's the level of the last one in here, which is the same level as this, so we don't need to change the levels. Beautiful. So I'm gonna take that list of levels and give it to this point, and that will provide me for the level of the top of the masonry wall in here. Now we need the curves, which is the actual same curve as this. Okay, so what else we need? The wall type. Now let's just give this wall type in here, and let's run that, hoping it's gonna run normally. Beautiful. It's nice because this one will give you more detail, as you can see, to the overall building. Now the last phase is to design the facade. I'm gonna just quickly define that based on just a list dot create, and then I'm gonna translate it vertically. So probably I'm gonna have those again quickly. I'm gonna remove this one, and I'm gonna remove this one. Now I need just 2 points, which is this point and this point. Let's see which one, which is which. This dude is the first. Beautiful. And this dude is the second one. So just connect them together. Great. This will translate them up. This will transpose them. Okay, now we all just need to create a curve and just put them up, just get them up at the last phase. All right, so probably here is enough. So what do we need? I don't need to insert anything, and actually I don't need even to create a polyline. I just need to create a list of lines. Let me just run that. They are lines, 2-point line. Okay, so probably we need just a line dot, by start point and end point, maybe. Okay, all right, we need to have the first point and the second point. No, I'm too lazy to do that. Just gonna steal this one, give it, run it. So that will define a polyline for me. I'm pretty sure it won't accept polyline, but I have nothing to lose if I try that. Maybe it rejected the first time because it is a multiple line, not because it's the type of entity, unless this dude is actually just curve. Yeah, probably it will reject. It's gonna accept only curves, but again I'm gonna try that. Okay, so that's it's the height. It should be the overall height factor, which is 4 meters. So I'm gonna take that from here. Let's fix one by one. That's the height. Levels, it's the overall level, the original levels, same that I use for the floors. So those are the original levels, not the updated levels for the parapet. So these are the levels. And the wall type, I am too lazy to make a new one, so I'm just gonna take the storefront, expecting error because those are polyline, polycurve, not curve. But I'm gonna hit save and I'm gonna hit run. Let me check. If we crush, we might need to add explode here. Let's see if this is really need a curve or a polycurve. And voila, all right, beautiful. And now it's beautifully working, as you can see, except the last one, of course. And so I have to drop the last one. And I'm so glad to do that. So last item. Actually, I need to drop last item. So list dot drop. What I was writing and nothing. Okay, list dot drop last item here. All right, so this is the one. Let's do that again. Okay, now we have an error of somehow. Why? Let's check. Okay, list dot drop last item. Okay, all right, let's see. It's just this one. Let's run that again. Beautiful. And as you can see, now it's work excellently and perfectly done. Too many levels. I think we need to control how the level has been created by removing some of them because it's been actually repeated. You can shade that. All right, and to get the actual or final geometry that we are looking after, the sine wave, and the whole trick is just to make sure that you are excluding the last level or including the last level, and where to control the actual height in here. And good that we have this error for the parapet location. That's we learn now that we have to control it by level, not by the actual physical location of the curve. All right, so I wish that you find this video guys useful. Thank you very much and have a lovely day. Bye bye.